What is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here for yet another video, and today we have the November-December Raleigh-Durham International Airport update for y'all. So we got quite a few aircraft to go over here, including a new model, so let's get started with it. So we are currently over here at the T terminal with the southwest section, and here we have a B738 who came in from Chicago Midway, and we'll head out to Nashville. And then we have a Southwest 737-700. This guy came in from Baltimore and he'll head out to Phoenix Sky Harbor. We have a second -800 who came in from Atlanta and will head out to Orlando. And then finally in the back we have a -700 came in from St. Louis and will head out to Atlanta. Taxiing past the southwest section, we have this UPS MD-11 who will be heading out to Louisville. Next up, we have a Delta Boeing 757-200 who is taxiing in to the GA ramp, and he is coming in to carry the Notre Dame football team to play the North Carolina Tar Heels football team. At the time this match was played, Notre Dame was ranked number 2 and they beat the Tar Heels 24-17 if I remember correctly, and the Tar Heels were ranked at number 25 at the time. It was a good football game, and if I'm correct, the charters for the ACC that come to play North Carolina and vice versa do come into Raleigh-Durham. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me on that, but I believe they do fly into RDU. And I don't know when Notre Dame flies for their charters, but you know, I have a Delta 75 here to represent it. A lot of ACC teams do use Delta 75s. Services starting, and so we're going to cover that here with this nice lineup of JetBlues. We're going to start off with the front JetBlue right in the front there in the blueberries tail. And here we have the JetBlue A320 in the blueberries with the circlets. This guy came in from Cancun, which is the one international new destination. Next up, we have the JetBlue A320 in the I Heart New York livery. This guy came in from San Juan. And then the third and final new JetBlue route is on this Vets in Blue A320. This guy came in for Fort Myers. So we have Cancun, Fort Myers, and San Juan service that start on November the 18th. We will have Los Angeles service starting on December the 19th, and I think there's one other route, but I could be wrong. But pretty good expansion here for JetBlue, all on A320s. Very happy to see that coming. It's good for the airline, good for the city, just good all around. Then in the back there we have a JetBlue A320. This guy will be heading out to Fort Lauderdale. There on the way back, you can see a JetBlue E190. This guy came in from Boston and he'll head out to New York JFK. Boston is currently all on E190s, and New York JFK goes back and forth between an E190 and an A320. So yeah, there we have all the JetBlue routes that fly into Raleigh right now, which is quite a few. Very glad to see that happening. You're seeing about 6 or 7 JetBlue flights today, which is pretty cool. And then there on the way back, you can see the Northwest operating Delta CRJ-900. This guy came from Tampa and he'll head out to Orlando. Here we have a US Airways E170 operating for American Airlines. And this guy came in from Philadelphia and he'll head out to Dallas Fort Worth. Philadelphia is exclusively E170s, and Dallas has one flight a day that's on the E170, but the rest are all mainline. Here we have the Allegheny Retro A319 operating for American Airlines. This guy came in from Chicago O'Hare and will head out to Miami. Chicago O'Hare has 2 flights daily on the A319 and 1 flight on the A319 to Miami. The other Miami flights, if I remember, are E170s, and I think there's one B738. Here we have the American 738 and the Air Carol Retro. This guy came in from Dallas Fort Worth. 2 flights a day are on the 738, and I believe it's 1 on the A319 and 1 on the E170. Here we have the A320 who'll be heading out to Charlotte. And then taxiing into his gate, we have this American A321 who is just arriving from Charlotte Douglas International Airport. There are currently 4 flights a day to CLT from Raleigh-Durham. 2 on the A321 here, 1's on the A320, and then a 1 is on either an E170 or CRJ900 depending on the day. Next up, we got this Delta B739 who'll be heading out to Atlanta. The Salt Lake City flight for Delta has been upgraded to the A321, which is awesome. This is a new model. This is 302 Delta November. I don't think I've shown this in the Raleigh updates yet, but it's a super cool model. I'm glad to have it as my 4th Delta A321. Next up, we got the Delta 712 to Detroit. Good to see mainline service back on the Detroit route. It is also good to see Los Angeles service returning for Delta. Here we have the Delta Sky team who is operating that route today. An unusual visitor on the Atlanta route. Here we have a Delta A319 flying the route. This flight hasn't been on A319 in quite some time. It's been a couple years, but it's really interesting to see this equipment back on it. The other flights are all on B739s. I think there's one B738 flight a day to Atlanta currently. Moving on to Frontier, we have 3 routes. We got this A320neo to Denver, this A319 to Orlando, or sometimes I like to say Orlando, and then an A319 to Philadelphia. Over there we got the Alaska B739 who'll be heading out to Seattle. This flight rotates between being a B738 and a B739. Once again, I do have to go handheld for the section here behind this part of the tunnel because my tripod can't get a good view back here. But here we have B737 for United. This guy came in from Newark or Aerospace Aviation Airport. That's the only sub-route we currently have to this airport. Obviously, if you want one, comment below. Here we have the United A320 who will be heading out to Denver. The United A319 will also be heading out to Denver. And the E170 came in Chicago O'Hare and will head out to Washington Dulles. Also have these to IAH and Newark and a few other places. So yeah, that is the update. Oh, we got some new models there for an unboxing. You guys will get to see that when the unboxing comes. But yes, I do have an unboxing with 10 models coming. So I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. You might have seen what some of the new models are there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this update. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.